blessings in disguise. Irish warfare is nothing to be played with. I need it, the more anxiety.
So watch this video and subscribe and put a thumbs up.
Hey, everybody. What is going on? What is going on? Hopefully I got this thing working right. Can anybody hear me? What's going on? What's up? All right, I don't hear anything. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Huh. Okay, well, it seemed like I would have got things together. But yes, hello everybody in the house. I'm glad that you all came by on short notice. Shout out to the Memes Destruction, Dr. Faye. Lady Toriel says she just dropped in to say hello. Oh, worked all night, can't keep the eyes open, catch the replay. Good wishes and good journey. Good journey to you, my queen. Hopefully everything is okay on your end. Can't wait for you to get the playback because it may be interesting. Tracy in the house. Matt's Mama Bear looking around. Joyce, gals, what's up? Dr. Fate. Oh man, let's go, Jeff Johns, baby. Yeah. And you know what? Basically it's gonna be a two-pronged thing. Oh, the one and only OG Star Wars, the queen of the EU. And if you just if you missed her on the spotlight with the lunch table, the new lunch table with Lorena Creole, please go get that replay because it was on fire. And I was lurking in the chat, not really saying anything because I was prepping for this. So, and yes, this Mandalorian episode, I ain't even gonna lie. It is getting better, but I do know that you know what it is. It's because I'm an EU person and I'm an EU loyalist when it comes to George Lucas and all his novels and all the comics and everything that he approved of while he was the man in charge. So I know they got it's like Disney just can't, well, not Disney, but I guess between the writing and everything else, I know that they're trying. At the very least, in Jon Favreau's hands and the director, Carl Weathers, I didn't even know Apollo Creed was directing this episode. But god damn, man, oh man, I didn't even think he could pull it off. But damn sure he did. And he did it in a fashion where, to me, it felt, it had that spirit. It had that spirit of Star Wars in the manner in which you get the action. You get the action going in. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free as much as possible. But I know half of the fandom and half of America and half of everybody already seen it at this point. But yeah, I'm digging it, and I'm feeling in a good mood right now. So I can't even complain. But I just want to give y'all a little bit of a tidbit of something I was working on, and because I was kind of inspired by Mandalorian being so good, and I like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. So with that being in mind, let's get it going. All right. Can you guys hear me? Just reply in the comments if you can hear me or not. Testing 1 2. Uh-oh. Nobody can't hear me? Check it out. Nobody can't hear me? Testing. Okay. Anybody? All right. I'm just typing this on. I want to. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Whew. Oh, that's a relief. Like I said, I've been having some technical difficulties all day, but oh my God. Okay, well, this is something that I may do for the Dark Council next Tuesday, but I know not a lot of people may not be here because, you know, this was like last minute stuff, but y'all guys gonna get the sneak peek, so check this out. Oh man, because I was so happy. I enjoyed that Mandalorian episode. I was so happy that, you know, they gave little tidbits of some old EU stuff that I remember, you know? Not a lot, but just a little bit. Just a little bit to just have me like, oh, they actually remembered that. But it's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction, you know? Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Check it out. No time to cry and no time to hide. The one and only Presidente has arrived. With no one by my side, I bring the fire alive. Always provide the good shit that will fly. In these days and time, you want it all to shine. Cause our culture is on the decline. You said, fuck Abu Nas, that boy ain't lied. I bust your ass and then you started to cry. Yo, check it. Oh my God, I'm having too much fun right now. Check this out. Now, you ran back home to go tell your mom and dad. Your dad looked at you and he got really mad. He said, what possessed you to go against the press? I didn't raise you to be a knucklehead. So shut the fuck up and take your ass to bed. And let the president go make all the bread. See what I mean? Y'all know I'm a fiend who's like a machine when I roll on your team. So, time to stand down. And don't hang around. You know how it gets down. The Dawn that's the law, the best thing that's in town. Time to stand down. Don't hang around. You know how it gets down. The Dawn that's the law, the best thing that's in town. You know what it is, and best tell your kids. The end is near, no place for you to live. My team is said keep it so clean, but fuck that, you know I'm the over fiend. Straight make your ass lean, yet lived in a dream. Keep yourself awake by drinking all that caffeine, or maybe by smoking all that nicotine. By the grace of God, you suckers was redeemed. Keep in mind when you step to my squad. The Dark Council is the superstar. Praise to Allah for Solar Bar, who locks down the frauds up in the Grand Bazaar. Lights out on you bastards for real. Your wife's pretty hard, I know I'm gon' steal. Give her something really good that she can feel. The big black love that will make her always squeal. So, time to stand down. And don't hang around. You know how I get down. The Dawn that's the law, the best thing that's in town. Time to stand down. And don't hang around. You know how I get down. The Dawn that's the law, the best thing that's in town. Blaze the trail with the education, so you can cross over River Jordan. Like Lorena Creole, yeah, I'll bring that spice. Whatever you guys like, who know or get hype. Forget these clowns, cause I'm living the dream. I'm sending my love for all y'all on the scene. Y'all all in the chat having a good time. I know that's right, that it was by design. Truth is, I'm not gonna be here forever. I'm only gonna be here long enough to make you better. That life that you wanna live is on your own. As long as you don't try to test me in my zone. Go against me, you'll tip out really quick. Never test the Dawn, it's a law who be fit. Don't hold the crown with all his enemies around. 50 years up in here, you know I gon' throw down. Every day and night, yes, I'm ready for war. Be the first one that gets thrown out the door. I'm a true lion, so yeah, hear me war. Your wife smiling at me cause she know I made her sore. Your moms can get it too cause you know she's a war. Bow down cause you know I'm here to settle scores. Abracadabra, Alakazam. You know the one and only is back up in the jam. So, time to stand down and not hang around. You know how I get down. The Dawn that's the law, the best thing that's in town. Time to stand down. And don't hang around. You know how I get down. The Dawn that's the law, the best thing that's in town. Let Let me shout out to the people that love and matters. The Secret Service. Lady Toriel, I wish you well. Wherever that you at, hope you're living swell. AFK Bard, the queen in the yard. Mr. Millennium, always on his job. OG Star Wars, the best in EU. When she drops the knowledge, you'll be a fan too. RC from NYC coming through. Brian McKen, yeah, you know it, what it do. Latino slang, got the flavor that you savor. That Tug Life will always be my neighbor. Lorena Creole cannot be stopped. That's why baby girl always staying at the top. Love to all my members, the true Secret Service, protecting the press while haters stay nervous. All the way here to say the day, one more a time, you know I'm gonna slay. For everybody up in here, on the front to listen to your boy here. Don SLR back again. Soul Love for SC with the Super Friends will hold it down. Don't hang around. You know how I get down. Don SLR, the best thing that's in town. Time to turn around and lay your ass down. You know how I get down. The Don SLR forever on the sound like that. Oh my God. And you know what? I did this really quick. Yeah, I had to do that really quick. So, yes. Jedi Lukey in the house. Lorena Creole dropped by. Oh, listening while driving. Okay. Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 4. The 12th chapter. Kind of like it when I guess they're keeping it at the very least, you know, sequentially in order. So, it's basically, to me, it's one big story. It's just one big story. And all the fame and the glory that you're doing, you're just hoping to God, okay, something will stick. Well, this episode, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, because after the, you know, boob gate with Anita and the madness with that, and then the prior episode was just a lame-ass filler, I kind of thought to myself this was going to be an up and down thing. I was actually expecting a lame-ass episode. I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't, you know, and like I said, it was pretty much a very fast-paced episode. I mean, outside of seeing Mando drop in at the old spot, and you see Carl Weathers and Gina Carano, we'll get to her in a second. You know, my man, you know, and I'm thinking in the back of my head, okay, he's gonna give Mando another mission, which he did, but they all joined in on the fun. And I said to myself, okay, hopefully, and I was praying, hopeful that he wouldn't betray Mando on some sneak shit like he did before. But yeah, they came in, they got the people in the class, and what was so funny, I saw the C-3PO unit, and I knew it wasn't C-3PO, but just seeing the C-3PO unit kind of like brought me into, I guess, into the zone where it's like, okay, I see it, I see a C-3PO, makes me have a flashback of the episode 1, The Phantom Menace, where the C-3PO unit was holding down Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and there's, you know, the 3PO units are kind of prominent back in those days. So I was kind of surprised to see another one there. And teaching, you know, the Hydian way, the roots of the hyperspace roots and all that. And I was like, all right, let me find out. They're trying to show a little sprinkle of love for some EU lore knowledge when it comes to the history in the books. You know, I know they didn't go overboard, but I did sense a little bit of that flavor. All right, so now Mando, you know, gets this, or Carl Weathers get the idea, like, listen, man, we gotta hit this outpost. Drunk 3PO in the house, popping in, my brother. Remember, yeah, the OG stuff. knew OG Star Wars was gonna. Yeah. And you know what? I was kind of saying to myself, if I'm watching this and I'm seeing a little sprinkles of this and that, I know OG Star Wars was gonna be. And you know my girl's gonna sit up there like this. Remember berries. Keep going. Keep going. Try to impress me. Yeah. So you know what? Conscious effort to bring the nostalgia. I get it. I can't hate on that. You know, shit, at least somebody think of something in that order. You know? I mean, outside of episode 1, which was pristine, outside of the little bullshit, you know, nonsense with the Crate Dragon and the Tusken Raiders and how they fucked up the lore with the Banthas. What? All right, you know, baby steps. That's all I can say. Baby steps. You're taking baby steps to get shit on track. You drop the ball with, Frog Lady and the shit and all that, and eating the kids and all that, genocide and all that. I mean, people did lose their minds behind that for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not real. But who knows? But the flavor was sprinkled in. Now we get back to Carl Weathers. He's like, yo, check this out, Mando, yo. We got to try to take out this Imperial post. You know what I'm saying? We need to get some weapons or whatever. So let's me and you get on this mission. The Mando looking at him like, come on, dude. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. So, and Gina Carano, what can I say? She brought the business in this episode. But you know what? When you saw her fighting off the aliens and she saved the little squirrel critter or whatever, fed him food, and they called her the Marshal. So I was like, God damn, everybody policing up for this show. Everybody policing up. You had my man from Deadwood and Justified. He had the Boba Fett armor and everything. He's a Marshal. Now Gina Carano is a Marshal. Everybody doing it in this episode. But Gina Carano, boy, she brought the heat. And because of who she is and how she, project herself on Twitter, there's going to be always two camps where that woman is involved. One that absolutely loves her free thinking and her free spirit of not leaning one way or the other. And then you have the other ones that, with the pronoun kids, losing their mind because she don't put pronouns in her bio. Therefore, she has to be, quote, unquote, against the transgender and the LGB and all of this. And like I said, these kids are just out in outer space somewhere. But you can't help the helpless. They have to go through their thing in life, and for people in my age bracket, maybe a little bit younger, we already got past that, And but yeah, I saw Gina just really handled those boys, and yep, she looking real good. Got that winning smile and everything. So she's comfortable in her role right now. So now they get with Mando and, and they talking this, that, whatever. And you can see that they're comfortable with each other, even though Mando is still, on his mission. But Carl Weathers convinced them to, let's go to the outpost and let's get this shit popping. So they do it. And they brought the little, and I do like the little comedy. The little comedy that they got in there, it was pristine. I laughed. I actually laughed. And not felt like I was insulted or it was like forced or anything else. Terminus EST, yep, Gina was lit in this episode. She was, man. She was. I couldn't get enough of her. I couldn't. I was sitting up there, ooh, Gina Carano, woo! I was. I ain't even gonna lie. OG Star Wars says, Cobb V in the lore is a slave whom got the Boba Fett armor in a very different manner than what Mandalore shared. Oh, okay. Basically not paying attention to their own continuity. That may be true, OG, and I'm glad that you pointed that out. Even though I still love the episode as it was, I didn't get that part. But like I said, people like OG Star Wars, Lord Callis, Stick Kenobi and others, they pay attention to this stuff. Well, at least you know what they're doing, right? At least they can acknowledge, that they acknowledge the EU. They should be using it more properly. I totally agree. But at the very least, you're acknowledging that shit that George Lucas and everybody laid out all these years ago is still important. It's important enough for you to steal it and put it in your TV show, not in the context where it's supposed to be, but you're doing that. That tells me that you acknowledge it and you know it's still relevant. That's more important to me than anything. We know that. So all we're going to keep doing is just letting you know exactly where they got it from, how they procured it. So when you little rugrats want to run around here talking about, look at we don't need the old EU. The old EU is old, but the Mandalorian is doing it right. The Mandalorian is doing it great. But you do know they get it from the EU Lord. Really? Yeah. Here's the book. Here, check out OG Star Wars. Here, check out Lord Callis. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you get it. So you're not gonna get one without the other. These dudes is not making all of this up out their heads like they got this real talent. They're using storylines or whatever they need to do, and then they're going, you got the good EU shit that we kind of disavow, but we gotta do something with it. Mm-hmm. Too bad the High Republic didn't, get the fucking memo. But it is what it is. So yeah, back to the episode. Okay, I'm feeling, the little blue guy with the little fins and stuff. Yo, Carl Weathers got that boy. Mando got that boy shook. He came in there and said, "Hey! You find out you doing X, Y, and Z, man, and put you back into the." My man said, I think that was the way of him shitting on himself. He got like, oh God, oh my God, don't do that to me. Yeah, and Carl Weathers had him on lock too. Like, get your ass here, boy. Get your ass here, boy. You better get down with the get down, So they go off to the Imperial thing, and the little banter between Carl Weathers and the blue dude. I love it. I love it. Carl Weathers, keep that boy in check. Get your ass over here, man. Let me stay at the get me over here before I put you in the goddamn carbonite again. Okay. Yep. He followed through. Meanwhile, Gina Carano holding it down, looking all sexy and sweet. So there they go up there. You know what? It's true to Star Wars form in some ways. This episode, because the stormtroopers still can't hit shit. And you know what? It kind of warmed my heart a little bit. It really did, Hey, all right, well, we know the stormtroopers are not great shots and shit, but I love that they got their armor. I love how they still communicate, still got the Imperial forces there, and they kept it funky, And yeah, Drunk 3PO said Gina has been looking for love in Alderaan. This guy. All right, well, calm. Well, you know what? Don't worry, superstar. She's always gonna get that love. You know what I'm saying? She's part of Bail Organa's family. Really? Oh, let me find out. She's actually blood related to the one and only Bail Organa. Oh, that connects everything. Soul Assassin said, "Dum just." Oh, okay. Everybody talking. Terminus said, Stiggs said the same pun yesterday in OG stream. Yeah. And that was another great stream. Coffee chat, if you missed it, please go check out the replay. It is absolutely lit. I really enjoyed myself pretty much lurking. I've just been lurking all over the place right now. Shit, I wanted to send a damn super chat over there, but I forgot. I fucked up some of my money, which I got to take care of this weekend so I can get that shit back. Oh my goodness. Jewel Dragon, BBPD in the house. Yes, this wonderful, beautiful woman is my partner in crime on my World of Warcraft game, which I'm going to get back on next week. And me and her and all my other online family is going to be rocking the spot. Jules, thank you for even popping in and checking me out. I know it's Bug, right? Your founder and your of your guild is just sitting up here doing YouTube videos. I know. I'm not going to be there forever, though, but I know. I'm just having fun right now. Tracy said, I keep calling Weathers Creed. Yeah, keep calling him Creed. Keep calling him Apollo Creed. I'm going to keep calling him Creed, too. Shoot, he always going to be Apollo Creed, And he still got it. Tracy, he still got it. He making moves and stuff. And I just love his mannerisms in this episode. I really do. You know, OG Star Wars said, I just like how they really turned the fan meme of stormtroopers not being accurate into the lore. Oh, well, I mean, the movies did it, so I guess they probably follow through. But yeah, I mean, to me, they should be better shots, for such a big adversary, But I mean, it is what it is, because once we start complaining, then they'll put it to the to Return of the Jedi. Well, shit, the Ewoks beat them, and they ain't had shit. So we like, okay, well, I mean, but they did have. I mean, but it wasn't like they didn't hit anything. I mean, they killed a lot of people, especially in Empire Strikes Back. During the beginning. And even in, like I said, even in Return of the Jedi, especially during the space battle, they was doing their thing, and yeah, Fat Steven Seagal in the house. What's up? Hail and love, brother. What's going on? Kai MFS says, I just got back to WoW this week. The level squish feels good. My ults feel viable now. You know what? I'm having a ball too. As a matter of fact, I had to switch up my warrior, and I'm going to be tanking as a monk. I know, I'm switching it up because I've been a warrior raiding with, and Jewel Dragon will tell you, my sweetheart, she'll tell you, I've been tanking, raids and stuff like that for damn near over almost a decade, and I love my warrior. I love my warrior to death, but like I said, man, I feel like I need a change. So I was messing around with the Death Knight. Wasn't really catching me. Druid tanking. I mean, I like the bear, but it's not my real flavor. You know what I'm saying? And I did the Paladin a couple of expansions ago, but I looked at the monk. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, I think I'm going to roll with that. At the very least, with Jewel Dragon keeping his ass alive. Yeah, she's our main healer. She's our main healer. She's so badass with this shit, it ain't even funny. I feel like I could take on a whole fucking platoon as long as Jewel Dragon is right there with me. I don't have a fear of dying. I feel like I'm immortal, invincible, untouchable, unassailable, a juggernaut. In every sense of the word. Stormtroopers, OG Star Wars says stormtroopers are to be an elite. Vader and the Emperor wouldn't recruit dumbasses. This is true because, the 501st was extremely badass. Extremely, And then, of course, if you play any of the Xbox games back in the days, if you remember, Republic Commandos. That is one of the best games I have ever played. Republic Commando. Had a banging ass story. The music was on point, and it was the difficulty settings. I played it on normal, but it felt like it was still hard, And you had to pretty much be on point with that, Retrograde Productions president, who in the Mandalorian deserves a spot in the Abu Nas Rehabilitation Center? Who? All right, in the Mandalorian, are you talking about the actual characters or the people behind the scenes? Shit. I give Dave Filoni the first spot up with his smug looking ass. Like I said, he was. I was on the Dave Filoni bandwagon back in the day, but thank God that my eyes was open. Thanks to OG Star Wars. Thanks to other people that been dropping the little tidbits of shit that he was on. And like I said, I can't even trust him as far as I can swing now. Because like I said, as long as he's keeping his baby girl, Ahsoka Tano, alive, he's going against everything I know deep in my heart. And I know that George Lucas would not have supported that. You got a shelf life. Because when you put her all the way past the original trilogy that nobody talks about, that there's novels that don't even say her name, don't even know she exists, you're supposed to keep her in a place where she belongs. And they're not doing that. He's really pushing that. Because you ain't got super bitch Mary Sue Ray anymore. So that's it, so that's where I stand with him. He's definitely the first to be in the rehabilitation center. Some of these other cats can get in there too. You know, dude that made that episode with the frog lady. He's another one. Abu, I wonder what the fuck were those bodies in the tank and the lab? Yeah. So they get in. All right. So let's get back to it. So they get back in the thing and they handling their business. And now the real mission was for them to be in there to get the thing blown up so they can grab the weapons and stuff and sell it on the black market. Sounds easy enough. Now they get to that point where they took care of that. Now they're trying to get out. They got stuck. And then they get the recording that the Baby Yoda blood that they took in season 1, they using it to make whatever it is that was in those vats in the tank. And in my head, Terminus, I think they trying to make a super race of force sensitive beings that they can bend to their will. And it's the only thing that I could think of right off the top of my head that can use the force and blah, blah, blah. Because obviously Moff Gideon, he's into that shit, you know? And it's not like, but who is he serving? You know, is he serving himself? Is he serving Snoke, the clone? He making clones just to serve another clone. And Papa Palpatine still got the stick up his ass in Exegol. So who the fuck knows? Who knows? But at the very least, let's just say that they're making a race of high-powered workers, you know, for the most part. But we won't know until pretty much at the end of the season. But I digress. You know, my man Retro Graves says Stormtroopers shouldn't be like red shirt fodder. They are modeled after Nazis, are they not? They should be feared. Well, yeah, they are feared. They are feared to a certain extent. Filoni is the fruitcake of Star Wars. Yeah, at this point he is. At this point, he actually is. My baby Jewel Dragon, damn straight. BBPD is unstoppable. Absolutely. And for those that do not know, my guild is called Backed by Popular Demand with the acronym BBPD. So we like the hardcore. Well, not hardcore. We're casual with a nice little flavor of PvP and mixed in with the raids. So for those who play Warcraft like me, yeah, we've been here since 2008. We're getting ready to celebrate our 13th anniversary next month. We're gonna be celebrating our anniversary next month. We're located on the Bloodhoof server for the Alliance. I just want to let y'all know, cause you know I can't be ugly when I'm out here kicking ass. I gotta look good. That's my thing. You know, that's my thing, like a chicken wing. Force troopers. Yeah, pretty much like that. David Hervey, it looked like snow. It didn't it in a certain way, all mangled up, and just like Rise of Palpatine. They showed Snoke in the vat. God Almighty, look how far we fell. The child, Fat Steven Seagal beat up Ryan Johnson, said the child DNA isn't mixing with other races, so it's causing mutations. Okay, all right, this is very true. But at the very least, like I said, now we come into the main part of the plot. Because obviously we know what Moff Gideon is trying to do. So is he consolidating power? Is he doing it for himself or doing it for his real overlord? Which probably might be Snoke. Who the fuck knows? But because I'm assuming they still going to go through the sequel trilogy bullshit. Hopefully they... oh God. I need to slap myself in my face. Dave Filoni. No, not Dave Filoni. Jon Favreau. If Jon Favreau, please God, don't connect that. Just keep it separate. That way we could try to divorce ourselves behind that sequel trilogy mess. And I think Jon Favreau won't even entertain trying to connect The Mandalorian to the Disney, sequel trilogy. That's what I'm hoping. But they got through that, and now they're trying to get out. And like I said, Gina Carano, boy, she taking charge. She taking charge. And still giving that cute, beautiful little smile of hers, and I'm feeling good because we know, how much she, what I'm saying, keeps to herself, try to, put out good, positive things on Twitter, and everybody just losing their fucking minds, And I'm glad to see her shining. They trying to have some sort of protest to have her fired to replace her with somebody else. And that's a damn shame because there's no need for all of that. You know, she's not in the Mandalorian a lot to begin with. So why are y'all just trying to go after her head because she's not kowtowing, and being a part of the damn collective, the hive mind collective, like these social justice warriors running around here doing, oh, you're on the far right and this, that, whatever. I'm considered to be a left, liberal Democrat. Do you see me having a hive mind? Do you see me having this thing where I gotta put pronouns in my bio just so you think I'm, supposed to be supporting? I could be supporting even if I don't put the bios. Nobody don't ask me. Nobody don't ask me nothing. So what do you want me to do? Can I have my own brain? Can I have something, with my own thoughts? All right then. So let me do my thing. You do your thing. But people on Twitter and around the internet, they ain't on it like that. That's why they giving us so much hate. But the fandom menace, our community, we pushing back, and we're still the paying customers. That's something Pedro just, you know what I'm saying? Didn't even get the memo on that. Where I said that I don't think he meant to say it on a level in which everybody was like that, but you put out a blanket statement that pretty much said the whole picture. Should have been more specific, would have saved you a lot of headache, But now, people don't even want to fucking deal with you no more behind that shit, because you couldn't even own up to it. So, it is what it is. But leave Gina Carano alone. She doing her thing. And like I said, as they was trying to escape, it just gave us I like the fast pace of it, I like the fast pace of it because they didn't just get bogged down to just go over, a whole bunch of shit that really didn't need to be discussed. They was trying to get in and try to get out. Stormtroopers came in. The Imperial guys are just talking like, yeah, we got to stop them. And Lord have mercy. When they got that I guess Gina Carano hijacked the other vehicle and they made the jump. I even said, holy shit. I was like, they getting ready to kill themselves. And you should have seen Apollo's Creed face. He was like, oh. That shit was lit. And then the camera angles and stuff where they was giving, pristine, boy. And then the stormtroopers with the speeder bikes, yeah, they was even doing some hot ass shit. And they had no fear, because I said, wait a minute, the speeder bike, they jumping off the thing with the speeder bike? Yeah, they did that. And they did it in a way where like, ooh, it was all fancy and everything. And some of them didn't survive, but even when they died, man, it was on some hot shit. I was like, oh, I had to clap. I said, yo, they are really getting down in this episode. So now they on the chase. Now the chase in and of itself is through the canyons and stuff. Now here come the TIE fighters. So now I'm really into it. The whole chase scene. Yes, Tracy, you are absolutely right. That whole chase scene was awesome. It damn sure was. I will watch it again just to enjoy how, you know what? And then it makes me feel like that episode should have been longer. Because I was thoroughly enjoying myself. How, Carl Weathers just like trying to shoot the dudes in. And then even the stormtrooper dudes was trying to do some slick shit too. They got on the thing, did one of these, and then Gina Carano just sitting up there like, hang on. That blue guy sitting up there like this. Yeah, man. It was pretty good. The TIE fighters, they got them in there. The sound effect. And of course, when you get some familiar sound effects in a chase scene, it puts you in that, it gives you that happy feeling that I'm seeing some Star Wars shit right now. I'm seeing some Star Wars shit. Outside of anything else, the chase scene just gives you that flavor. And I like that. And I totally co-sign, as a whole in this episode, because then Mando came in at the last minute You know, and then he got mano y mano with the TIE fighter, and even that was pristine. You know, and of course Baby Yoda giving, you know, some visual humor, you know, because that's pretty much all that he's good for at this point. Oh, and this is the second time he's using his Force powers. So pretty much, you know, outside of the first season, now we finally see him using his Force abilities. Unless he did it, but beforehand, but I can't even remember. But he took some cookies from this kid because he asked the kid, and the guy eating his shit, and he's like, no. So Baby Yoda was like, and he did this, and the little boy turned around and shit was going. Baby Yoda eating the chicken. Yeah, you fucked around with the wrong one. So now, here come Baby Yoda in there with Mando going mano y mano with the TIE fighter, shooting it out. Chim, 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 chim. Baby Yoda like, and he's spitting up the blue shit. And I was like, God damn. I was like, okay, I can roll with that. I can roll with it. It was all right. Yeah. Oh, Davino Vega 4.99 super chat. He says, I can't stay on here because I don't want to hear the spoilers. Oh shit, I'm sorry, brother. But I want to show love to the homies. Abu Nas, salute my brother. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I am sorry. Get out of here, man, because I'm up here. Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna go into spoiler territory, but I'm just really like spitting my feelings on this. But I will say this: it is a great episode. It is. Outside of the member berries that OG Star Wars is reminding everybody in the chat, and rightfully so. He used his Force powers a few times, healing, Force choke, Force hold, pulling eggs towards him. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. You know, the first time I actually see him do, you know, this, and then shit happens. You know what I'm saying? She said Chase scene. Member berries the return. Yeah, a little bit, but it was all right. I liked it. I mean, like I said, I feel like if I'm getting a flavor in which when you're doing the chase scene, I mean, it wasn't in the forest or anything, but, you know, and in the canyon, they dipping and diving and weaving and everything. It was still good. So I was pleasantly surprised. And yeah, we starving for the Star Wars flavor right now. We are, you know. I mean, they're not raising the bar high with it, and I will, you know, I will happily say that they're doing something. You know, they're doing something, and something is better than nothing. You know, I'm trying to, you know, not be too militant about it, because I know that our community, you know, has been hurt by this shit, you know, big time. And you know me, I was hurt the most, you know, especially after what they did to Luke. So I didn't feel like I had anything left in the tank. But lo and behold, here comes Jon Favreau saying, you know what, I don't know anything else that I can do, but I'll tell you one thing, we're going to have to get George Lucas's thing back on track. And that he's trying his best to do it. He's having, you know, pushed back from the Disney Lucasfilm outfit where Kathleen Kennedy is at. Yeah, because she knows you fucked up. So we trying to do some course correction somewhere down the line, you know. But unfortunately, he doesn't have complete control. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't see this Ahsoka Tano mess, you know. So Dave Filoni still got his little hooks in there too. And we just trying to work out with what we can. Shit, he went through the bullshit with Pedro Pascal about the helmet. And in this episode, he pulled up his helmet to do his little drink. So I guess they're easing the face reveal, you know. Now, I thought it was going to come in this episode, to be honest with you. But it didn't come. But it was a rumor. And I said it as much. I was like, that's what I heard. So it wasn't like fact or anything. So don't try to go down the rabbit hole and say, see, I caught Abu Nasser. Hey, calm down. All I said was that this is what I heard. This, you know, that they would do this. But at some point, you know what's going to happen. You know, because they already got the action figures with his face up there. So you're going to see it, you know, at some point down the line. As a matter of fact, I thought Ahsoka Tano was going to be in this episode. So, yeah. No Ahsoka Tano yet. So I guess this is like the pit stop on the way to Ahsoka Tano. All right, that's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, you know, behind that, and Becky Browan in the house. Hey, sweetheart. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. Terminus EST. I'm watching and looking at it as an expensive fanfic at this point. Not what I saw the ST as, but because the ST clearly had malicious intent. Yes, they did. Terminus. So nope. I'm not even co-signing that. That Secret Trilogy was trash shit from the get-go. So yeah, I'm not fucking around with these people no more. Serious. Ori Ebon. Yeah, now that I think about it, it does feel like they didn't give that big plot point enough space to breathe. It wouldn't have been a bad idea to make the episode a few minutes longer. No, I mean, I wish it would have gone longer, to be honest with you. I really wish it could have gone longer. Like I said, the fact that, between the camaraderie between Gina Carano, Mando, and Carl Weathers' character, I really like those three together, I was hoping they would have more dialogue than they actually did, but the action took care of itself. It spoke volumes in terms of how they was rolling and how they cooperated with each other. So, yeah, I can hear that. D. Pensac, hey, hail to you, Baron. What's up? My brother from another mother. It's been a while since I've seen you. So good to see you in this chat. So good. Yeah, so I'm up here looking at it like I'm glad that they gave me something that I can really chew on the matter in which, all right, it didn't suck. I wasn't bored. I kind of like the little tidbits of EU that they did sprinkle on there, and I'll take whatever I can get. As long as I was entertained. Jedi Luki said, I don't get the big deal. We already knew Snoke was a vessel for Palpatine. What more needs to be explained? No, nothing really. Like I said, they served their goddamn purpose, and I'm glad. Jewel Dragon says Mags is waiting for Ahsoka to show up. Yeah, everybody is. Everybody waiting for Ahsoka. Good old Ahsoka. Ahsoka. That's all right. It's okay. There's a minute. Oh, Ori says, Ebon says, has there been any update on the Kennedy power struggle within Lucasfilm, or we still just waiting for a contract to run out next year? Pretty much, it's a waiting game. I mean, you don't hear really nothing from her anyway. And for what was going on behind the scenes, as it was rumored, some people might dispute that, but I wholeheartedly think that, certain rumors that was going on, does have some truth and validity to it. A lot of people in Hollywood, is tired of this whole bullshit that Kennedy tried to drop on the public, and in Hollywood they was following, that thread, and that thread just had to cut it. And a lot of people isn't happy with the way things have evolved in Star Wars, and now there's a lot of pushback. So that's why Jon Favreau pretty much doing whatever he want on Mandalorian. You don't hear Kennedy talking about we need Jon Favreau to pull this back, or we need Jon Favreau to not do this. You don't hear none of that. Jon Favreau runs the show. He's untouchable. As long as Disney Plus is getting people to watch Star Wars content and be happy about some of this shit, outside of the merch that didn't sell, outside of the Galaxy's Edge that was a bust, outside of the movies got shitted on, outside of the actors in the movie that was shitting on the damn company. This shit was a disaster from start to finish. So the Mandalorian is the only low spark that they can get. Huh? Spark that they can get to try to get some cleaning up of this mess. And Kathleen Kennedy is just chilling, waiting in the wings for you. You can go now. We don't want to hear from the feminists that we had to kick you out, and we ain't gonna hear all of that. Your contract is up. Sayonara, adios. Konnichiwa, bitches, and all that. Goodbye. So we're just waiting. That's all we're doing at this point. Makini 90. Makini, I still love saying Makini. So please excuse me. My brother with the $5 super chat. Hail to the president. Much love, Abu Nas. Hail to you, good sir. And I'm so glad that you're in here. Oh, my goodness. And the next episode is called The Jedi. Okay, really? Oh, here we go with Ahsoka Tano, The Jedi. What is this? This is next Friday, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So, so that pretty much just lays it out. Black Friday, The Jedi. God Almighty, I'm really hoping, I'm praying that they don't fuck this up. But something in me is saying that they're gonna gloss over everything and just, because obviously, what does Ahsoka Tano know about Luke Skywalker? What does Ahsoka Tano knows about Leia Organa? You know, did she know that Obi-Wan Kenobi was on Tatooine, taking care of Luke? Where the fuck was you at? You know what I'm saying? All these things, all these questions is gonna be swimming in my head, and just how they answer these questions on whatever level is either gonna make or break the Mandalorian as a season as a whole. I'm calling it right now. Because if this shit ain't done right, or at least to a degree that we could say, all right, that was plausible, even though we know damn well it's not. But even if you try not to explain, how the fuck are you all the way here, but you don't have no help in the Alliance or, the Rebel Alliance, because you knew your master Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, was still alive. So what the fuck? You just, did your thing. Even in Rebels, you fought him and got away. So what? You didn't, you know what I'm saying? And please don't tell me nothing about fucking with no dumbass books and y'all trying to write another Marvel to try to connect the dots and up. No. Because if you got to go through that, you already know that your shit is dead and done in the water. So I don't know what kind of sorcery Jay Filoni think he could think of. And you know what? I wouldn't even put it past them if they have Dave Filoni direct this episode. I would not put it past them. Which means, and he ain't even a good director like that. Not in my head, So, I don't know. I'm actually dreading the fact that this episode is coming up. But it's coming up as is, so we're gonna definitely see. We definitely gonna see. So, Soul Assassin, did you hear about the Sote fan film? Oh, okay. Becky Browan said Ahsoka isn't even a Jedi. Right. This is the thing that kills me. The next episode is called The Jedi. So you think you're going to, because they ain't talking about nobody else, unless it's Luke Skywalker. But, so Ahsoka Tano, so the baby is being brought to Ahsoka Tano, the Jedi. That's what Bo-Katan says, she's a Jedi. She is not a Jedi. She is not a Jedi. I'm trying to tell you people, pay attention to the lore. They may not even introduce Luke Skywalker in this series at this point. They may stop it with Ahsoka Tano trying to pose her as a Jedi, which she is not. She has not been knighted. She left the Jedi Order in the Clone Wars. Watch the Clone Wars. It's there. She left. She's still technically a Padawan learner. Anakin Skywalker's apprentice. I mean, you could live off of that, obviously, but not a lot of people at this point in time, where the Mandalorian starts, even knows anything about Anakin Skywalker. They know about Darth Vader, so maybe she could get some premise being Darth Vader's apprentice. Who knows? But she's not technically a Jedi, so that whole premise in terms of that episode is wrong. So you bring Baby Yoda to her, what is she going to do with him? Whatever knowledge I guess she does possess, she may have to pass it on to Baby Yoda. But it infuriates me because you're not legally what you're supposed to be. And your training was pretty much whatever it is that you did actually learn. I don't even watch Rebels, so I don't even know what the correlation between her and Ezra was in some respects. Or Kanan, for that matter. I don't watch that trash-ass show. That show was garbage. You know? The fucking, homeless, bum-ass bastard Freddie Prinze D-list actor Jr. Yeah, it made total sense why I didn't like that show. So I ain't watch it. But you got Luke Skywalker rebuilding the Jedi Order. Where the fuck is Asana talking? You would have thought Luke, because of how powerful he is, and at some point he would have at the least sent somebody in that order that may lead him to Ahsoka Tano. But as I said, this whole thing is all fucked up because they don't mention Ahsoka Tano in anything in the novels or whatsoever. Because the prequels didn't start at that point. But when it did, George Lucas already knows she had a shelf life. He probably told this to Dave Filoni. But as soon as the Disney sale went in, Filoni said, George Lucas ain't my boss no more, so I'm going to keep her. And the fans love her, so we'll keep her. But they were so wrapped up in the fucking movies, they didn't care about Ahsoka Tano even back then. It was all about Mary Sue Ray. Now that shit with Mary Sue Ray is dead in the dust. Shit, even Mary Sue Ray herself don't even like that fucking character. This shit is trash. It's garbage. It's garbage. It's nothing. So who else are you gonna get? Ding, 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 ding. Filoni's baby girl. So he gonna ride this shit until the wheels fall off. He gonna drink from the well until it's over. And so this is what we gonna get next week, ladies and gentlemen. He can't let this bitch go. He cannot let her go. That's all he actually really has. Come to think of it. So if anything, like I said, I'm really not. I'm dreading this episode, but it is what it is. We'll see how it pans out next Friday. Soul Assassin said, I reckon Filoni's gonna direct the Ahsoka. Yeah, and star in it too. I wouldn't put it past him, but I have a feeling he's gonna be the director of that. I have a sneaky feeling. And if this pans out the way that I think it may pan out, the season is done. The season is done. I don't even think I can get into the whole Moff Gideon because I know they're saving him for last, But I don't even think I can get into it anymore if they drop the ball on this, I don't know. But like I said, Luke Skywalker, do not mention her, And if they got to go back to try to force a novel to say that he acknowledges her, even though the EU books already told you how he built the Jedi Order. But the EU don't count anymore. It counts with me, especially when y'all motherfuckers is up here still poaching from the EU. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You either leave that shit alone and don't take from Jason Solo, Darth Caedus, to make your bitch boy emo Kylo, Don't take from, a EU character, that became the basis of Jyn Erso. And even though I love Rogue One, but I have to acknowledge they took from the EU with that. It is what it is. So no, I mean, I will be shocked if they put Luke in this. Even though it's still 50-50, because in my head, I heard a rumor that, they wanted to have this badass lightsaber battle or whatever. And I was like, well, from who? From who? In my head, I'm sitting up here like, could it be Luke Skywalker? At least give him some self-respect in his name. Because I know Jon Favreau want to do that. And I'm all for it. But having Ahsoka Tano in there is just problematic from a story standpoint and a lore standpoint, especially the lore. And I feel like they're going to fuck it up. But we'll see. We'll see. And, Mr. President, have you considered joining Anomaly Inc. for a live stream? You know what's so funny? I don't know what Anomaly Link, but I did try to reach out to him on one of his videos in the chat because I love his work. I love his work, and I told him, you know, when I did my little comments, I said I really enjoy your work, especially in your defense of the prequels and stuff. You know, need to hook up and this, that, whatever. Never heard from him, and that was a while ago. So I don't know if that'll happen, but if it did, you know, you'll be the first to know. Trust me, because I will be, how should we say, broadcasting it. But Ori Ebon said, but Ahsoka was acknowledged to be at the level of a Jedi Knight. Hell, if they wanted Rey to have a Master Force so bad, Ahsoka would have made more sense than the dead Carrie Fisher. Well, in a way, it's a yes and a no. But for me, myself personally, she shouldn't have survived past Revenge of the Sith. She should have got taken out in Order 66. Like the rest of them. Or if you're going to have her survive Order 66, she would have to face Darth Vader at some point way before Episode 4. And then let that be the end. And that's it. You know, that's my true feelings on that. Tracy said, I like Ahsoka. I'm hoping that she stays. She says she's finished her training with Luke. You know what? That could be part 2. But still, it's fucking up the lore. So it's wrong. But I like Ahsoka too. I liked her in the Clone Wars. I really enjoyed some of the stories that she gave in that. You know? So I'm not shitting on her just to shit on her. Like I didn't have enjoyment with her. I loved the banter between her and Anakin. I really loved it. You know, she was perfect to be his apprentice. You know? She had a little moxie. She had, you know, she has a can-do attitude, and I love that about her, you know? But as I said, you're servicing the story. Even though I'm getting into your character development, you're still servicing the main story. And there has to be a cutoff point. So you can remember her as, you know what? Even though she died, Ahsoka was that girl. And then you could review fondly back in the past where the Jedis were, you know, at their heyday, and you could see Ahsoka Tano doing some stuff. Shit, you could even do new novels talking about her time in the prequels and in the Clone Wars. So she don't necessarily have to, you know, be forgotten. But a lot of people ain't really forward thinkers on that, you know. So I don't know, but I guess we will see. You know, Starkiller Sith Lord said Ahsoka's not even mentioned in the ST. So this isn't going to end well at all. Yeah, not even by Luca Kala. That's right. He wasn't even mentioned in the ST. The Disney ST. God damn, if anything, I mean, all that time away, maybe, you know, come on. You know, what, she died in between the ST? You know, who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? But it's just like Ori Ebon said, you know? I mean, she could have been alive during the whole thing. You would have thought that, you know, because she was on the level of a Jedi, you know, maybe she did, you know, find holocrons or Luke's old hut on Tatooine and Obi-Wan's old hut. You know, who knows? But what we're going to get next week is going to make and break this series. I'm calling it right now. You know, oh my goodness, Shane G became a member of the Secret Service. Salute. Shane G. Well, you know what, my friend? Thank you. Thank you for joining the ever-increasing crew of the Secret Service that's here to protect the Commander-in-Chief in charge. And like I said, I got a lot of enemies. I got a lot of people up here wishing all types of harm on me. But the difference between cowering down and, you know, changing your name and your identity, I'm still here, man. I dare one of these clowns to come up at me. I ain't got no fear whatsoever. You know, like I said, half of y'all are going to stay in your lane anyway. But for those that don't, the Secret Service is there to protect the brother. You know, and Shane, you are a new member, so congratulations. Welcome aboard, and thank you for the support that you're giving me right now. God bless you, sir. Oh, man, I can't. Starkiller Sith Lord said, I still can't get over the fact that they made time travel just to save Ahsoka from Vader, which makes no fucking sense. Yeah. That time travel shit was just, oh, my God. It literally hurt my head. So I can't. So enjoying this episode, enjoying the hell out of this episode of The Mandalorian. I tell people right now, within the sound of my voice, run and see this episode. This episode is pristine. You know, it give you a little bit of EU lore appreciation, even though they still, you know, kind of dropped the ball on some of the continuity. But in terms of the acting, the actors themselves, they brought it. And the action itself is on point. And I totally, 2 thumbs up, co-sign to this episode. I really do. You know, because quite frankly, the way that, you know, I saw it as it was progressing, and all I wanted to see was that, you know, are they going to give us something that is not, you know, co-in-line with what, I guess, the story that they're trying to tell. And, you know, happily, they did a good job. You know, so shout out to Carl Weathers as the director of this episode, because he damn sure make Mando look good. He made Gina Carano look like, put the crown on the queen's head and and bow down. And at the end, though, gave us a little tidbit, because I didn't know at that time that she was from Alderaan, unless they said it and I kind of missed it. But she's from Alderaan. And then when the X-Wing fighter officer was like, well, what did you think? And she was like, I lost everybody. I lost everything. And I was like, damn, yeah, when the Death Star blew up Alderaan back in episode 4, you know, she was probably a little kid. You know, she probably wasn't on Alderaan and then heard that it got blown up. You know, and it affected her. And the dude left the Rebel Alliance insignia thing on the plate, you know, showing her that, you know, you could be part of us. You could be part of our family. Because we had people on Alderaan that we miss, you know. Rest in peace, you know, Bail Organa, you know. I mean, just seeing, you know what I'm saying? And this goes to my whole point before I start wrapping up. This goes to my whole point as you can have an important character that still can live on in other stories relating to the time period that they were in. Bail Organa was only mentioned by name in the original Star Wars trilogy or in the original novels. By the time we get, you know, to how important Alderaan is, now you see Bail Organa, you know? And Bail Organa was, you know, Princess Leia's father. But we didn't know it wasn't a real father at that time. Now we figure out in the prequels exactly what his relationship is to her, and how important he is to creating, along with Padme, the Rebel Alliance. You know? And we know that he lived up until, past the whole Rogue One thing, and up until the original trilogy, episode 4. But by that time, he's already a legend. He's already a legend because we got stories and stuff from the prequel era that can show you exactly how important he is. You know? But you didn't press it on besides that. You didn't use time travel to try to bring him back and have him run, you know, the New Republic. You didn't do all of that. But for Ahsoka, like I said, the Ahsoka thing, you know, even in the very last episode of the Clone Wars, where they tied in Revenge of the Sith, she spent that whole episode getting off the fucking ship and doing some trickery, you know what I'm saying, skills and all of that in the air to hang on to the ship and all that. But by the time she got to the ground, that was it. You know, she either dropped the lightsaber, whatever, and moved on. That was her thing until she met up with Darth Vader again in Rebels, which I don't even consider that to be canon whatsoever. So, but I saw their little battle. It was all right, but wasn't like, you know, nothing you could have done in live action in the time period in which she was supposed to be. But I digress. But as far as this episode of The Mandalorian, this was pristine. This was on point, and I totally subscribe to you guys, you know what I'm saying, watching that episode and enjoy it. Enjoy it without even thinking too hard. You know that, like I said, they haven't gotten the law, correct where it needs to be, but you can enjoy the simplicity of how fun it is to sit back and be entertained. And that's exactly what I was, from the acting to all the set pieces and stuff. So yes, this was the joint, and I wholeheartedly, give it a thumbs up. So as far as the next episode is concerned, let's keep our fingers crossed. So with that being said, I actually was gonna do some some DCEU stuff, but I know most of the DCEU guys is not here, so I'm gonna probably get over to Fatal J's channel and chop it up over there with them. But I wanted to but I'm so glad of the 21 people that hung out with me this entire time, and hopefully people will catch the playback and they'll see exactly what I've been saying about the Mandalorian thus far, because I like the second season, but up to a point, and like I said, these little ups and downs and these filler episodes. And like I said, seeing Ahsoka Tano is pretty much going to change the game. The normies is going to love Ahsoka Tano no matter what happens. So just know that, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get away from that. So they're going to always love Ahsoka Tano. Don't fight them on it. I mean, just try to tell them a little bit about the EU and everything, but don't go head on, because in their minds, it's like that's a hero that they can relate to. That's a female that that this, that, whatever. Yeah, don't go into that. Okay, so just want to give some love to everybody that came in here today. Because there's only, like I said, 23 people that just hung out with us the entire time. Becky Bro 1, Tracy, Fat Steven Seagal, Soul Assassin Terminus. The regulars, everybody came through. Ori Iban, David Hervey in the house. Jewel Dragon for my guild is in the house too. D Penzak. David Hervey. Damn, what? David Hervey. Damn, did I miss my brother? I think I missed my brother. Shane is a new member. Yeah, I missed my brother David Hervey. David, if you there, man, I'm gonna give you a special shout out. On Twitter, brother, because I know you probably had dropped something on me, and I have looked at it, but I got caught up in what I was saying, so I apologize on that. Orange Hat Reviews was here. Shane just became a new member. Latino Slant rocking the spot. James Hancock. The best part, yeah. Actually, Ahsoka did learn from the best parts of Anakin, but I digress. Yeah, David Hervey. Yeah, wait a minute, am I missing something? Is she wanted by the New Republic for desertion? I don't think so, but then again, I'm not too sure. I haven't really looked onto it. I really do like the fact they acknowledge Alderaan. It really showed how devastating the event was. Yeah, Starkiller Sith Lord. One of the things that I really enjoyed in terms of this episode was the writing and how, as OG Star Wars lovingly put it, the member berries. Yeah. Remember this, remember that, remember that. Well, they gave us a lot of that in flavor, and I kind of like hearing that, especially in the context that it was. So yeah. So with that being said, everybody, let's get on out of here. I know this is a Friday, it's 6 o'clock. I know y'all want to get y'all swerve on your weekend. Knowing how good it is to be in the weekend and how good it is to actually see a good episode of The Mandalorian. So don't try to defy the Most High. Get baptized in the fire as you die. As far as damn if you can hide, y'all got exposed and you had to testify. Don't you fret. Oh, may be hope for you yet. First you must repent and gain the fans' respect. If that's not your style, you will taste defeat. And if afterwards, then you will rest in peace. I hope the Mandalorian show is not deceased. I hope that Ahsoka will actually rest in peace. But since we have to have her there, we have to just go with her about everywhere. Because I think she's going to have her own show anywhere. That's okay. Because I don't really care. Not going to watch it. I'm just going to stop it and just do this like I was the damn prophet. Shout out to OG Star Wars for pretty much holding it down for me in the chat. Making sure everybody knows what the EU is about. And yeah, and the like and subscribe. My wrenches is doing their thing. Want to just shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much for joining. God bless. And I'm going to definitely see y'all on the other side. Like I said, next Friday, this is going to be it. This is going to be the end. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.